Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have White Fang. This is the adaptation of the classic Jack London novel, and it's from 1991. It runs an hour and 49 minutes long, and it stars Ethan Hawke as a young man who is seeking to find his father's claim up in the Alaskan wilderness, up in the Yukon. Back when I guess those lines were somewhat blurred, I guess, because I don't know. I'm not really sure the geography of all that. I know that Alaska's up there above the Yukon, which is Canada, but it's all cold and it's fairly snowy. It's snowy even in the summertime, at least up in the mountains that far up. Uh, so he goes up there. He's, by the way, he's young as anything. He's probably 17, 18 or so in this, and he meets up with these men who are going up the mountain on a mission for an old friend, and they knew his dad. His dad went off to make his fortune panning gold, digging mining for gold, and he never came back. So they make an agreement to take him. At least one of the guys, played by Klaus Maria Brandauer. So it's a strange name. You might recognize him from certain things. He's mostly known for this here in America, I guess. He and Ethan Hawke are pretty much the two main characters in this thing. He actually gets billing above Ethan Hawke in this because Ethan is so young and so new at this point. 1991, yeah. Although I could have swore he played, yeah, I don't know. It was late 90s when he did Gattaca. Anyway, uh, so yeah. One of the other guys is Seymour Castle, who plays Skunker, and the moment you see him, may not recognize his name, but the moment you see him, you'll know who he is. You see him in a ton of stuff. But the main thing is about White Fang, which is the name of a wolf who's part dog. At least that's how people seem to describe him. Um, we get to see not just Jack's journey in hoping to find his father's claim, the piece of land in which he's has the permission to dig and mine. Nobody else can, technically. Um, we also see White Fang as a pup. Oh, just a adorable little cute pup, and his mother is doing whatever she can with the pack to feed her pup in whatever way. Of course, that brings her into conflict with some humans, and she doesn't do so well, and the pup is left on his own. I'm not going to tell you the entire story. I know we get to this point usually, and I say I'm not going to tell you the entire thing, but you kind of understand that it's Jack and it's White Fang, and it's a story of how they come together. And I thought it would happen a whole lot sooner. Honestly, it's the kind of book you would have read in elementary school or junior high and done a report on. I may have done that, but I completely forgot. Since then, it's a long time ago. But yeah, it's I don't know how faithful this is to the book itself, and people who are big Jack London fans probably could tell me. You can tell me in the comments, but it's for the most part, it's a big adventure. It's the struggle of White Fang, who is goes through a number of different owners over time as he grows up, and it doesn't seem like Ethan ages at all. Like he's there for a week, but it feels like he's there for a week, like the span of the story. But it's probably months or even years, and he doesn't change. But the dog is suddenly this teeny tiny fuzzy pup, and now he's like a wolf, and and he's terrifying to mostly anybody he comes across, and he's used to being hungry, alone, and tortured and attacked by others. One of the things I always really dislike about films like these, especially some of the early Disney films, is that they just like take animals and go, hey, you know what? Let's put this dog and a tiger in a scene together and have them fight. Back then, there was no such rules against, or at least if there were rules, not a whole lot of people paid attention to them or bothered, knew them at all. Then you have a dog fighting a tiger or a bear or something, and it's just crazy, and it's upsetting because you know that the at least one of these animals is very much in danger, and who knows how many dogs they went through in Swiss Family Robinson in order to get that take where he fights the tiger. You know, but in a different situation, we have this film which makes it right up front and says, "Hey, look, we at the AMA, AMA, not the AMA, that's the American Medical Association, the American Humane Society, and among others, I think, the American Humane Association, AHA. I'm not sure. Either way, there's people on set, and these animals are trained to interact this way. There's some dog fighting in this. There's like a pit bull versus White Fang, and White Fang versus German Shepherd. So there's some dog fighting in this, but it's edited together in a way that it looks more scary and violent than it is. It's really just dogs wrestling and being playful and following commands. They know not to hurt each other, but you know they make them up so they look like they have scars and they're bleeding and stuff like that. So if that kind of thing upsets you or the kids, it's probably not a good idea to watch this. But it's for the most part, this is a very family friendly adventure. It's clear who the good guys are and the bad guys. There's no real ambiguity in this, and yeah. I mean, again, there's even a scene with a bear. By the way, there's a bear and a dog scene, but they cut it together where you can pretty much be assured that the dog and the bear were never in the same spot at the same time ever. It's a big freaking bear too. They just shot them separately and edited it together to make it. By the way, this is directed by Randall Kleiser. You might recognize him from Grease, Blue Lagoon, some other older films. He's directed a number of those. But this is his big outdoor rugged adventure based on the classic novel, of course. So yeah, this is the kind of thing that you get a peek into the late 18th century. They're honestly just a few years before or 18th century, sorry, 19th century. There's a few years before they hop into the 1900s, and they're so far out in the wilderness. Who knows? You know, they have electricity elsewhere. They're just living in a cabin out in the wilderness, digging for gold and making friends with wolves. That's pretty much this movie. And yeah, we get James Remar as pretty bad guy. We get to he plays a really good bad guy. You've seen him in so many different things. One of the last things I remember seeing him in is Dexter, as Dexter's dad, the serial killer drama on Showtime. But he's been in a ton of stuff also. But he's so young in this and rugged, and you know he swear he's like at most 30, and he's just plays this ornery bad guy. So it's great because they do their best to make use of White Fang in their own way, and then yeah, White Fang gets the upper hand in the end. So you know it's gonna end in a positive way for our heroes. So Jack and White Fang. So hopefully there is a scene that has been parodied 1,000 times in 1,000 ways in the past. But I won't break that. I won't ruin it for you. You'll know it when you see it if you're a fan of films and tragic, sad story lines. This, like I said, this is not a sad ending kind of film. It's actually a happy ending, but just be aware that there's gonna be some distressing moments here and there, and that makes the drama all the much better, all that much better. So, yeah, that's all I really can say about that. I'd recommend it. It's something I didn't really expect that I'd like. It's not the kind of thing I'm gonna watch over and over again, or ever again probably, but it's good. It's a good little film. So check it out if you haven't seen it. All right, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
200.
Flat 200. Okay. Okay. This is a series. I'm not sure what it is. If it's a animated thing or a story, or if it's a documentary or something. I'm not sure. It's about dinosaurs. In fact, it's a Gigantosaurus. As far as I know, it's a cartoon, but who knows? We'll find out tomorrow on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge with Giganosaurus. See you back here tomorrow.